Welcome back to Northern Lights Disc Golf. I'm Brian Lagergren,
And I'm Ryan Gillis.
and today we're bringing you coverage of the final round, Lake Superior Open, MPO, lead card, back 11 of the Eagles Peak course, held at Montauk Resort in Superior, Wisconsin. Today we have Leiviska, Noah Meintsma, Ryan Gillis, and Forrest Dodge.
This hole we got downhill. The basket's right in the center. You want to throw about putter or mid-range, really light, and just let it glide down to the bottom.
Yeah, you really want to throw it low. Lower to the ground, the better. That way you don't hyzer off, kind of like Noah did there.
Yeah, you don't want to go deep on this. I went it back there in practice, and it's jail. Drops off. See what Forrest can do. Average on this hole is 3.07.
Little too high for Forrest. You don't want to do that.
I'm just throwing my P2 putter.
It's a cool hole. It's just right there. You can see it, and
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is one you definitely want to get, but the average being over 3, it's almost getting a stroke on the whole field there.
yeah, and you don't want to go long because it slants off downhill. It can get nasty.
Kale just over to the left there. Should be an open putt.
Yeah, Kale just threw a nice, easy, safe hyzer. Forrest went a little bit early, not as bad as it could be. If you were up a little further in that wall of trees, it gets really, really tough. So he's just probably going to pitch a little hyzer out here. Sit down. Good
And a
shot
nice
for
shot.
Forrest. Noah got around that corner. He's going to have a putt, but
Low
it's not gonna
ceiling.
be an easy one. Here's Kale's look for 2. Sit. Here's your look for 2. Nice birdie.
Thank you. That one felt good.
Kale for 3. Forrest gets his par. And Noah drop in. Hole 13, 348 feet, par 3.
Start off with my Sexton Firebird. Want to just kind of play it down the middle there. Keep it on a hyzer line. Basket's down on the left side, right in the middle. Just don't want to go long on this one. If you catch the trees on the right side and go down the hill, it's really tough getting back up.
Or straight. You don't want to go straight. You want to hug that tree line and hyzer.
Force is throwing his Bucky Badger rock.
Putting it tight. Putting it tight.
You go too tight though, you hit that wall and then you're stuck with not a good upshot.
Kale's got a nice line going.
Pretty much a perfect shot by Kale.
And this is what happens when you go long. You go all the way to the bottom of that hill.
Long and straight. Yeah, it drops off. It's kind of like a finger. You're just kind of shooting down the fairway. And if you go off on the right or left, you drop off.
Almost made it to the top edge.
Yeah, you'll have a putt. Looks like Forrest has got kind of an identical shot. Whoa! Looks like he's getting blown over by the wind.
Good out.
Here's you. Yeah, you got right to the edge.
Air ball.
Here's Noah for 2. Just a little high for Noah.
See if I can save bogey here.
Yeah, you kind of went a little long. No problem. Here's Forrest.
He had such a good out from the bottom of that hill. That was a good 3.
Nice par save.
Hill for his 2.
Easy birdie.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Hole 14, 300 feet, par 3.
Average on this hole played 2.94. What you really want to do is just throw a mid-range, either straight or a driver, or you can throw one out to the left and play it in like Kale's doing here. If you got a forehand, it's a good line.
Yeah, you want to throw it low. You don't want to get it up too high. Bad things happen if you get it too high. Just throw it low. Hope not to hit a tree right in front there.
Forrest gives it a good run on this one.
What are you throwing here?
Just my DX Rock old bar stamp. I tried going the same line Kale did, and I
Same spot last year.
did the same thing last year.
Same tree. That is kind of the guardian, right in the middle. Nice bid. You'll have a nice little look for par there. Looks like Kale went a little long on his drive. It's a cool little green. It slants off like on all sides. Oh,
Very
sit.
easy to roll away on this one. Tough break. He's had some bad ones today.
Yep. Well, fast greens at Monolac.
Ouch.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Kale 2 putting on a hole, or three putting.
See if I can get my par here.
Yep, nice save.
No for 2.
Yep, that's the benefit of throwing that forehand. You finish off high up on the hill.
Maybe I'll go with the forehand next year and see how that turns out.
Get around that tree. There's Forrest.
Nice.
Good birdie for Forrest. Kale's gonna take a bogey.
Shake it off.
Hole 15, 237 feet, par 3.
A nice little valley shot here. Going
Straightforward. You can see it.
Don't want to take a tree early. Pretty narrow lane.
You don't want to finish left. You don't want to hyzer off down that hill.
Forrest with his Bucky Badger rock again.
Nice and easy. Ooh,
Shot right.
a little long.
Rolling with that DX rock again. I just threw it too low.
Is that wind again?
It was intense at times.
Not sure if Kale threw his putter as mid-range, but
I'd have to guess an M4.
he just parked it.
Maybe a putter.
Looks like you still have a look. Open look there.
Yeah. It's a little out of my jump range, so I just kind of had to throw a little hyzer up there.
Yeah, it looks like Forrest went a little bit long. I think he got a little unfortunate hyzer skip at the end of his shot there. Still has a putt here.
Couldn't tell if he had that tree in his line, if he had to step out, or...
Here's Noah.
Nice 2. What's the average on this one? 2.78.
And Kale with the drop in. Making it look easy. You and Forrest both picking up your pars. Hole 16, 333 feet, par 3.
This one you want to throw a driver on a strong hyzer under those pine branches and get it working left right away. Basket's up on the hillside in the open.
Exactly how Noah just threw it. That was textbook. Kale's going to be a little wider. I think the tighter you can get to that tree.
Yeah, you want to put it right in that corner, as close as you're willing to go.
Yep. Nothing too overstable.
Forrest just threw it a little low.
What are you throwing here?
I believe I threw a Star T-Bird, one of the STB runs, the more stable. And I just hang it 2 out wide.
Well, kick back into the fairway at least. Could be worse.
About a 150-foot shot up to the basket from here. Just throwing my upshot pig. Just a routine little hyzer.
Get
and
down.
I just put a little too much on it.
Shouldn't be too bad. Here's Forrest. Just laying it up pretty much. Looks like Kale's doing the same.
Yeah, this is another death putt. I have a long look for my 3. Right over the top. What was the average for this? 3.07.
Here's Noah for 2.
Pretty
This
average
was
par.
a great drive for Noah.
Nice putt.
I don't know how many birdies were on that hole, but there probably wasn't a lot.
5 birdies on the whole field.
Ryan picking up his bogey. Kale's going to have a drop in par. Likewise with Forrest. Hole 17, 530 feet, par 4.
This one's a really long hyzer shot. I want to play it left of the pine trees, and he just catches one of them. Good kick, though.
Yeah, it's 530 feet. It plays as a par 4 just because of the technicality of the hole. You got to have a really good drive, you know, leave yourself with a good placement for your second shot, and then just to get the disc to land up on that mound where the basket is another feat.
Kale gets some good distance there.
And if there's any kind of wind, it also makes it really tricky.
The average on this hole was 3.5. There was not a single 2 on this hole.
Which is funny because normally you see at least 1 or 2 of them. You know, a lefty with a big hyzer can get it there, or somebody with a big forehand can generally crash it up on that mound.
I'm throwing a Star Destroyer here. I just forgot to let go of it. I managed to get all the way around that group of pine trees and...
Still have a look. Yeah, you really got around those trees, didn't you?
I probably threw it close to 575, maybe 580 feet. Pretty hard for me to get that distance.
Here's Forrest's upshot.
Nice shot.
You guys are all just trying to lay it up there and nothing too crazy. Noah just floating a Nova in there. Oh, it looks like he just went a little long.
Kale just laying up.
Smart. You hear the guy in the background say
Yeah.
smart. Here's that. No, it looks like Noah got a little bit of a roll. He's probably got about a 50-foot comebacker. Up the hill like that. Looked tougher than it actually, yeah.
Probably the windiest putt on the entire course right here. Usually. And
Oh!
that is just
Airball.
a bad miss.
Looks like Forrest is going to have a little tester.
At least he didn't make the same mistake I did.
No. Kale's using the Lucky Mini.
Almost wanted to come out the back.
Yep. Birdie for both Forrest and Kale. You're going to pick up your bogey. And I think Noah's going to get his par. It's always nice when you can drop them in. Hole 18, 540 feet, par 3.
This one's a fun tee shot. One of the signature holes out here on Eagles Peak. Just gonna play a stable driver out to the right. Make sure you keep it low enough and let it work left.
Always a crowd of people hanging out on the deck, getting to watch the shots.
You can really go at it any way you want. You can throw a forehand, throw it straight at it.
Yeah, it looks like Forrest is going to go straight at it. Most people like to take the wide hyzer route. Looks like Forrest just throws it a little low. There's that wide hyzer route I was talking about.
I think Noah threw a star T-bird there.
He'll have
Nice
a
shot.
putt.
I'm going with a star destroyer.
You trying to hang it out wide?
Yep, just a typical wide hyzer.
It's kind of nice using the end of that rope toe as like a reference point. You just need to like hyzer right around that. And looks like Forrest a little low. Here's Kale's 2. Not enough. Noah's look for 2.
About circle's edge.
I think just outside. Noah makes good. Good 2. Just a little low. Looks like you guys are just gonna have your drop-ins here.
And there were 8 birdies on this hole today. The average was 3.02.
Yeah, it's a good birdie. It's a fun birdie if you can get it. Hole 19, 525 feet, par 4.
This one, just throw it as hard as you can. Make sure you get it up high enough in the air. Noah gets it up over the first little hill.
Yeah, this hole's tough just because it's uphill.
Oh my God, that is a nice one.
You really need to get up over the crest of that hill like Kale just did, or throw it really far right and be on that flat spot. Placement on your second shot is everything. If you don't have a good run-up, it's really gonna suck on your upshot.
Yes. Go ahead.
What are you throwing here, Ryan?
I had thrown a champion boss and I just grip locked it and turned it over right into the ground.
Yeah, it's easy to do when you're trying to throw it that hard and uphill. And
So throw it again.
So your second shot, like I was saying, you're throwing uphill, which makes it even tougher. You'll have a look. Even Forrest didn't get quite over the crest of that little hill.
Yeah, he hyzered out too early.
So. Looks like Forrest slipped a little bit there. Noah with a nice little easy upshot. My SD card filled up there, so I had to run and get a new one, and so on to hole 20, 369 feet. We're catching up with these guys. They all had thrown already. It looks like Kale's up in a tree.
Yeah, it was up in that cedar tree.
We're not playing 2 meter rule, so.
He was just on the other side of those logs.
So he's just gonna pitch up.
Nice
Leave
layup.
himself a nice little drop in there. This is you for
I had
your
some
2.
weird footing on this one. The disc was under the trailer, and I had to just straddle the tongue of the trailer.
Yeah, this hole has lots of little obstacles all over.
And I was just trying to lay it up there. I wasn't really going for it.
Here's Noah. Is this for 2?
This is for his 2, I believe.
Birdie. I think the hole's like 400, just over 400 feet, so it's pretty nice. Downhill. Let gravity do its thing. You can get the easy 2 on this hole. Kale with his par. Gonna have your drop in. On to hole 21, 255 feet, par 3. The first of the 2 finishing water holes.
This one carries about 240 across the water, I'd say. Just want to throw a routine hyzer. Make sure you get it far enough.
There you go.
Here's Forrest. Looks like he's throwing that Bucky Badger rock. Is it a rock 3? Champ rock 3?
Yeah, one of those Paul Macbeth signature rocks.
Yeah, he's pretty proud of that disc.
That's his go-to.
Get up.
Bye-bye.
Looks like he just gets that a little too low.
See what Kale does here.
I think Kale's purposely throwing long just to avoid the water. It's really easy to go OB. You think you're throwing it hard enough, you just don't get enough on it. What are you throwing here, Ryan?
My favorite DX rocks.
Straight at it? Little
Yep, just a
hyzer?
little hyzer on it.
Get up!
Meant to get it up a little higher than that.
Oh,
I thought I was going to clear it.
almost the one-time skip off the water. We've
What-
seen that happen a few times.
Wasn't even sure if it was still going to be in bounds, so couldn't tell with that long grass there. That was Kale asked me if I wanted to throw a provisional because we weren't sure.
Yeah, this is even a tough angle from the drop zone. There's not a lot of flat ground up there, so it just slants off right away after the basket. It looks like you threw it a little wide.
Yeah.
It's easy to go down.
There's Kale's pitch out.
Yeah. You can see Kale just crushed it off the tee. He didn't want anything to do with that water.
That's my pitch out.
So yeah, your shot from the drop zone went pretty long.
There's Forrest for his 4. And a little low.
Here's Noah for 2. Looks like the wind's picking up a little bit. You can hear it. He's probably thinking about what's behind that basket.
You can see that little flag behind the basket just a whipping.
Yeah. Noah dejected.
Kale just purposely drops it below. He ain't messing with that headwind.
Yep. Taking his bogey. The crowd likes it. Forrest is razzing him a little bit. Double bogey.
Ouch.
You and Forrest. Well, that's what the water will do to you off the tee. Last hole, hole 22, 348 feet, par 3. Another water shot. You basically need to have a 300-foot tee shot to clear this water.
Noah's throwing his Nova.
Just floating it right there, trying to get it right in. You can see right in the trees there. You don't want to get too tight right or left off the tee because the trees are gonna block you off. Oh,
Nice
good kick
stop.
for Kale.
Bet Forrest wishes he had that rock right now.
Oh yeah, it was far enough out. He never got it back.
No. And he just turned that one over.
It's gonna be a tricky upshot.
I'm throwing that Star Road Runner. This one never seemed to want to beat in for me, so it was still stable enough to hyzer. And I found a back window in there.
Looks like Forrest has quite a few trees he's got to try to get through. But it looks like he at least has a line of some sorts.
I don't know how I don't know how he did that.
He got out.
No, with his birdie look.
A little high for Noah. See if you can make this par.
I'm not.
Good finish for Noah. Here's your 2. Good 2.
I'm happy with that finish. That was a rough day.
Roller coaster. Here's Forrest for his par. And Kale's gonna have a drop-in birdie. All right, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Final round coverage of the Lake Superior Open. Thanks, Ryan Gillis.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
Till next time.